Hello everyone, welcome to StudyIQ. In this video, I will bring to you set 3 of the Madhya Pradesh Judiciary exam. If you are preparing for civil judge exam, then this is a very helpful, very important series for all of you, and it's completely free. So remember, this is set 3, and before this I had uploaded set 1 and set 2. We are practicing both the current and the static question. So my name is Dr. Gaurav Garg, and let's start the video. Under the Dharma Swatantra, that is Religious Freedom Bill of Madhya Pradesh, attempt to hide one's religion will be punishable and will invite maximum imprisonment of how many years? Madhya Pradesh cabinet has approved a very strong bill, the Dharma Swatantra or Religious Freedom Bill, where they want to put a check on the religious conversions, and there are a lot of provisions in this bill. So for example, if any person, there is a section 3 of the bill which says that any person found guilty of abetment to religious conversion. Abetment to religious conversion means if you're trying to create situation for someone that he's forced to convert, that is called abetment to religious conversion, then a person will face imprisonment from 1 to 5 years in jail, and minimum fine would be 25,000 rupees. That is one of the provision. Another provision says that if you hide your religion from someone and you do marriage, etc., then you may face jail from 3 to 10 years and fine minimum 50,000 rupees. Another provision says that if you convert someone who is a minor from SC or ST community, and if you convert that person, that is called forced conversion, then again you will be in jail from 2 to 10 years, minimum 2, maximum 10, and 50,000 rupees minimum will be the fine you have to pay. Similarly, if you try to do any mass conversion means where you hold any sabha or any event and there you convert many people, then you may face punishment from 5 to 10 years in jail and 1 lakh rupees will be the minimum fine. So these are some of the provisions of the bill. So therefore, if you try to hide your religion, you may face maximum imprisonment up to 10 years. So the answer is 10 years. Late Congress leader Motilal Vora, he was the former Chief Minister of undivided Madhya Pradesh. He became the Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh for the first time in which year? Now Motilal Vora was the Chief Minister of undivided Madhya Pradesh, which means before 2000, because in 2000 Chhattisgarh became a separate state from Madhya Pradesh. So Motilal Vora was 2 times Chief Minister. His first tenure was from 1985 to 1988, and he became the second time Chief Minister in 1989. So the answer is 1985, right? And he was from Congress party. One more question can be asked, which is, Motilal Vora, he was also the governor of Uttar Pradesh. And he was governor of Uttar Pradesh at a very sensitive time, that is during the demolition of the Babri Masjid in 1992. So this can also be asked that which person of Madhya Pradesh was the former governor of Uttar Pradesh and he passed away recently. The answer remains Motilal Vora. In fact, that reminds me that another Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh, he passed away recently. His name was Babulal Gaur. I think 6 months or 7 months back he passed away. Babulal Gaur also. Which 2 cities of Madhya Pradesh have been included in the list of World Heritage Cities by UNESCO? Now UNESCO is a very important organization. It's an agency of UN that is dedicated to preserving the culture and heritage of various countries, and UNESCO is headquartered in Paris. So the 2 cities that have been included in World Heritage Cities are Gwalior and Orcha. Gwalior city is a very important city because Gwalior was the capital of the Gurjar Pratihar dynasty, the Tomar dynasty, Baghel Kachwa dynasty, and the Sindhya Rajvansh. So, Gwalior has been a capital of various dynasties. And obviously, Orcha is famous for the Orcha Raj Mahal, the Ram Raj Mandir, the Lakshmi Narayan Mandir, the Rai Praveen Mahal, Jahangir Mahal. I mean, Orcha is such a heritage city. And Orcha is located in the Niwadi district. And Niwadi recently became the 52nd district of Madhya Pradesh. It was carved out from Tikamgarh district. So, Orcha and Gwalior. Now, by the way, Orcha was also the capital of the Bundel dynasty in the 16th century. It was the capital of the Bundel dynasty. Now here you also have to remember some of the newest districts that have been formed in India. So for example, in Tamil Nadu, the 38th district has been formed recently, and the district's name is Mailaduthurai. It has been carved out from Nagapattinam. from Nagapattinam district. Similarly, in Chhattisgarh, recently 28th district is the Gorella Pendra Marwahi. Gorella Pendra Marwahi has become very latest 28th district of Chhattisgarh, and it has been carved out from Bilaspur. Also in Karnataka, there is a new district. It is the 31st district, and it is the Vijayanagar district. And Vijayanagar district has been carved out from Hubballi district. Right? So remember these new districts. And who is the president of UNESCO? It is Audrey Azoulay. Audrey Azoulay. Which of the following famous birds is locally known as the Dudhraj? Dudhraj. Which bird of Madhya Pradesh is called Dudhraj? So it is the Indian paradise flycatcher. And why is this bird so important? Because it is the state bird of Madhya Pradesh. It is the state bird of Madhya Pradesh. So remember, it is called Dudhraj in local language. And if I ask you which is the state animal of Madhya Pradesh, then what will be your answer? So state animal of Madhya Pradesh is very, very important, and it is the deer. Which deer? So it is the swamp deer. And swamp deer in Hindi is known as Barasingha. Barasingha. Because it gives the impression that the horns of this deer, they are 12 in number, the way they are curved. So they make 12 or 12 count. Swamp deer. Now swamp deer is also the state animal of Uttar Pradesh. Uttar Pradesh. And you know, in India there are different types of deer. So one of the types of swamp deer is called Sangai deer, which is the state animal of Manipur. Similarly, the biggest deer in India is the Sambar, which is the state animal of Odisha. And then we have a musk deer also. Now musk deer is the state animal of Uttarakhand. And we also have simple deer, or jinka as they call in local language, which is the state animal of Telangana. And we also have another deer which is black buck. It is also a type of deer. It is the state animal of Haryana, Punjab and Andhra Pradesh. So in India, different variety, different diversity of deer are found, and deer is very important from all states, state animal point of view. By the way, in Madhya Pradesh, if you want to find the state animal Barasingha or swamp deer, where do you have to go? So you have to go to the Kanha National Park. Kanha National Park is famous for swamp deer, and in fact 3 years back something very interesting happened. In 2017, Kanha National Park in fact made swamp deer their mascot, and that mascot was named as Bhur Singh. Bhur Singh. Madhya Pradesh has decided to completely eliminate AIDS by which year? Madhya Pradesh has decided to eliminate AIDS by 2030. The maximum cases of AIDS in Madhya Pradesh are in Indore, approximately 12,000. Then Bhopal is second with around 7,000, and Jabalpur is third with around 6,000. And AIDS is caused by a virus called HIV virus, human immunodeficiency virus. It affects the WBCs or the white blood cell. A special type of WBC is called helper T cells, which give the body cell-mediated immunity. So if HIV goes in our body, the person is known as HIV positive, and then in the later stages it is known as acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, because that time it's irreversible. The immunity becomes almost zero, and even a mild cold can be life-threatening. That is what is AIDS. So 2030 is the target of the Madhya Pradesh government. Under the Mukhyamantri Street Vendor Scheme of Madhya Pradesh, working capital of up to how much amount will be provided by the bank? Street vendors are these people who sell ice creams, or redi wala or thele wala as we call in Hindi, street vendor or path vyavsayi. So they will be given a working capital of 10,000 rupees by the Madhya Pradesh government, so that they can kickstart their business after the downturn in the corona lockdown. The condition is that the person has to be between the age of 18 and 55. Then he will get 10,000 rupees collateral free loan. It's collateral free. It is not interest free, but it is collateral free. And if the person returns on time, so this loan has to be paid back after 1 year. And if a person pays back the loan of time, then he becomes eligible for further 20,000 rupees loan, right? And a very similar scheme has been started by the central government also, which is known as PM Swanidhi scheme, which also promises 10,000 rupees working capital for the street vendors. India's first cow sanctuary called Kamdhenu Gau Abhyaranya was set up in which district of Madhya Pradesh way back in 2017. And India's first cow sanctuary was in news because the Madhya Pradesh government has recently decided to set up a cow cabinet or a Gau cabinet. Cow cabinet will basically work for the conservation of cows in the state. So India's first cow sanctuary was Kamdhenu Gau Abhyaranya, which was set up in Agar Malwa district of Madhya Pradesh at an investment of 32 crore. And recently a cow sanctuary has also been set up in Mirzapur, and Mirzapur is in UP. Madhya Pradesh has decided to celebrate birth anniversary of Birsa Munda as which day every year? Now Birsa Munda was a tribal leader, he was a freedom fighter. So Birsa Munda, his birthday is 15th of November, which is the statehood day of Jharkhand. Because Birsa Munda was from Jharkhand, Birsa Munda was born in a village called Ulihatu, and Ulihatu village today is in Khunti district of Jharkhand. That is why he holds tremendous respect and meaning for especially Jharkhand. That is why Jharkhand celebrates Foundation Day on 15th of November, which is the birthday of Birsa Munda. And every year now 15th of November in Madhya Pradesh will be celebrated as Tribe Pride Day. Tribe Pride Day. Which of the following district does not have any boundary with Maharashtra? You should know all the boundaries of Madhya Pradesh, and it is customary for your exams. Now let me show you a map which will make it very easy for you. This map is very easily available on internet, and you can see Madhya Pradesh has the boundary with UP, with Rajasthan, with Gujarat, with Chhattisgarh and with Maharashtra. Now in this question Maharashtra is being asked. So the southwest and south of Madhya Pradesh has a boundary with Maharashtra, and you can see these are the districts which have a boundary with Maharashtra. So Balaghat, I am going from now east to west. So Balaghat, Seoni, Chhindwara, Betul, then Khandwa, Burhanpur, Khargon, Barwani and Alirajpur. So here you can see Betul, Alirajpur and Khargon have boundary, Harda does not. And you can see here Harda, which is in Narmadapuram division, it does not have any boundary with Maharashtra. It is only Khandwa and Betul. And Harda is sandwiched between Khandwa and Betul, but it does not have a boundary with Maharashtra. So the answer is Harda. And similarly, you can be asked anything. In fact, I remember in one of the years, it was asked Singrauli, which is very famous for the Singrauli thermal power plant and other things. Singrauli also has mines, important mines. So Singrauli has the boundary with which state? So it has a boundary with UP and Chhattisgarh. Okay. Because this is the boundary, so it is like sandwiched half in with Chhattisgarh and half boundaries in UP. Similarly, anything can be asked, so you have to be prepared. Madhya Pradesh observed which edition of its Foundation Day on 1st of November 2020? So both Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, they celebrate their statehood day or Foundation Day on 1st of November, and it was the 65th Foundation Day for Madhya Pradesh. So the answer is 65th. A unique Plastic Premier League tournament was organized in which city of Madhya Pradesh to free the city from single-use plastic? So it was started in Indore. Indore as such is the cleanest city of India as per the Cleanliness Survey, and Plastic Premier League has been started in 19 zones of Indore, and each zone will try to outdo each other in preventing the use of single-use plastic. So in such tournaments there is no loser, everybody is a winner, because okay, somebody will come out on top, but then every city will benefit because the plastic garbage will be reduced. So it was started in Indore. Panna Tiger Reserve of Madhya Pradesh has been declared as which biosphere reserve of India? Actually, this question is slightly wrong. It should be which biosphere reserve of India to be recognized by UNESCO. Okay, because there are 18 biosphere reserves in India, and Panna was already a biosphere reserve, right? But the difference is that out of 18, 12 are recognized by UNESCO, which we call as World Network of Biosphere Reserves, WNBR. So, which tiger reserve of Madhya Pradesh has become the 12th UNESCO recognized or the 12th Biosphere Reserve of India to be put into the World Network of Biosphere Reserve list by UNESCO? Then the answer becomes Panna. So, the answer is 12th. Panna has become the 12th Biosphere Reserve of India to be UNESCO recognized, and in India there are 18 Biosphere Reserves. Now, Panna is famous for something else also, which is very important. So, remember, Panna has diamond mines, and these are the only diamond mines in India. These are known as Mazgaon diamond mines, and diamond mining is done from Panna district. Very important. There are other biosphere reserves also, obviously, in Madhya Pradesh, like the Panchmadi Biosphere Reserve and even the Amarkantak Biosphere Reserve. Which of the following division of Madhya Pradesh is the largest as per the area? Now, how many divisions are there in Madhya Pradesh? See this map, and this map is easily available on Wikipedia. I've taken the map from there. There are these divisions. There is Chambal, Gwalior, Ujjain, Indore, Bhopal, Narmadapuram, Jabalpur, Sagar, Rewa and Shahdol. So there are 10 divisions in Madhya Pradesh, right? And which is the largest in area? Just a casual glimpse will tell you it is Jabalpur. Look how much area it has. So Jabalpur division has the maximum area. The answer is largest division of Madhya Pradesh is Jabalpur. In Madhya Pradesh, a fine of how much amount will be imposed on the people who spit in the railway premises, because this can spread COVID and other infectious diseases. So remember, you will be inviting a fine of rupees 500 if you spit in the railway premises. It was started by the Bhopal division. And which railway zone is it? So it is the West Central Railway. West Central Railway. There are 18 railway zones in India. In Madhya Pradesh, the police have started an initiative to connect which two communities with the mainstream of the society. So there are two communities in Madhya Pradesh, the youth of which are heavily engaged in the criminal activities. Now the police is trying to make sure that they are reformed and these people are brought into mainstream. So these are the Banchara and the Kanjar community. Banchara and the Kanjar community. Asian Development Bank has given a loan to Madhya Pradesh for what amount to fund the public infrastructure and strengthen the urban local bodies. So recently $570 million was given by ADB. Out of that, $270 million was given to Madhya Pradesh and $300 million was given to Uttar Pradesh. Total loan was for $570 million. So the answer is they are asking to Madhya Pradesh. So the answer is $270 million, option C. 300 million was given to UP and 570 million was the total size of the loan. Recently, the foundation stone for Center for Disability Sports was laid in which city of Madhya Pradesh? This is very, very important. This is India's first Center for Disability Sports and it has been set up with an investment of 170 crore rupees and it has been set up in Gwalior. Under the Mukhyamantri Kisan Kalyan Yojana of Madhya Pradesh, direct cash transfer of how much amount will be done to farmers who are listed as beneficiaries of the Pradhan Mantri Samman Nidhi Yojana? So 4,000 rupees will be given by the Madhya Pradesh government as direct cash benefit transfer. And 6,000 rupees these farmers are already getting under the PM Kisan scheme. So this is very, very important. There is a scheme called Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi Yojana, in short PM Kisan. This scheme was launched from Gorakhpur of UP by PM Modi himself. And in this scheme, farmers are given 6,000 rupees annually in 3 installments of 2,000 rupees. Now what Madhya Pradesh has done is it has added 2 installments from its side. So now the farmers instead of 6,000 will be getting 10,000 total, 6,000 from the central government under PM Kisan scheme and 4,000 from the government of Madhya Pradesh under the Mukhyamantri Kisan Kalyan Yojana. A research lab of Defense Research Development Organization DRDO will be opened in Kailaras Jora region of which district of Madhya Pradesh? So Kailaras Jora new research lab of DRDO is getting opened and Kailaras Jora is in Morena. So the answer is Morena. And Morena is the constituency of Narendra Singh Tomar. Narendra Singh Tomar is the Minister for Agriculture and Farmer Welfare. Prime Minister Modi, he inaugurated 1.75 lakh houses in Madhya Pradesh. Basically inaugurated means these houses were given to the poor people. So which ceremony was organized to mark this inauguration? This is a part of Housing for All scheme, also called Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, and Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana is urban and rural both. So remember, it was Graha Pravesh. Graha Pravesh. To make the state garbage free, Madhya Pradesh has launched Gandagi Bharat Chodo campaign. Gandagi Bharat Chodo campaign was started from which city? So remember, it was started recently from Sagar district and it was a 15-day campaign to make Madhya Pradesh garbage free. The High Court of the state of Madhya Pradesh is located in which city? It's a simple question. High Court of Madhya Pradesh is in Jabalpur and it has 2 divisions, one in Indore, one in Gwalior also, but the main seat is in Jabalpur. And Jabalpur is obviously not the capital of Madhya Pradesh. Jabalpur is located on the bank of Narmada river and very famous for the Dhuadhar waterfall also. Dhuadhar waterfall. By the way, I was telling you that the High Court is in capital is not necessary. For example, the Rajasthan High Court is not in the capital Jaipur. It is in Jodhpur High Court. Similarly, in Gujarat, it is not in Gandhinagar. It is in Ahmedabad High Court. Similarly, in UP, it is not in Lucknow but Allahabad High Court. So the High Court is located in a prominent city, but it is not necessary that it is located in the capital. So High Court of Madhya Pradesh is in Jabalpur. And who is the Chief Justice? Mohammad Rafiq. Mohammad Rafiq is the Chief Justice of the Madhya Pradesh High Court. एक संकल्प बुजुर्गों के नाम. Bujurg means senior citizen. एक संकल्प बुजुर्गों के नाम is a scheme. It was launched by the police of which district of Madhya Pradesh? So remember, it was launched by the police of Chhattarpur district. And this is basically to help those old people who are alone, who don't have anyone to take care of them. So Ek Sankalp Bujurgon Ke Naam was launched by Chhattarpur police. Madhya Pradesh has become the first state in the country to offer government jobs on the basis of which score? Now in Madhya Pradesh, government jobs will be offered on the basis of CET, Common Eligibility Test, which is conducted by NRA, National Recruitment Agency. Madhya Pradesh government organized the Ragabhupali Exhibition under which campaign? So this campaign is known as Ek Zila Ek Shilp. It is very much similar to Ek Zila Ek Utpad or One Product One District scheme of UP. And it is Ek Zila Ek Shilp, which means one district, one handicraft, where of all the 52 districts of Madhya Pradesh, one handicraft will be promoted. And Ragabhupali Exhibition was to promote the Bhopal's famous Zari Zardozi craft, which is a special embroidery done on the saris. Zari Zardozi craft of Bhopal was promoted with this exhibition Ragabhupali. It's a part of Ek Zila Ek Shilp. So that was the video for Madhya Pradesh Judiciary. This is part 3. And I hope you're enjoying the series. Do enjoy. You should always enjoy the uptake of knowledge, and you should have an unquenchable thirst for knowledge. Because if you want to prepare for tough exams like Judiciary, you should have that unquenchable thirst. I remember one of my students, Sonam Gupta, she topped 2017 Judiciary exam, rank 1 in Madhya Pradesh. And what I noticed in her was that she was always willing to acquire new information. So never shy away from hard work. Even if you are having a bad day, make sure that you take out 2-3 hours of study time in that day also. So on that note, I say goodbye to you, and I'll see you in set 4. Thank you for watching StudyIQ.